back in the Shivering Isles. Um, this will be probably the ultimate, or at least penultimate, stream of Oblivion, at least for now. It's getting to the point where I'm kind of getting sick of playing this. I want to finish Shivering Isles and then play something else, move on for a little bit. It makes me realize that I've been playing this for over a month on stream. I started this at the end of March, and it's May. It's the second week of May already, so it's getting a little long in the tooth, and we've done a lot. I looked and I went back and I checked all my streams, and I saw that I had upwards of like 35 hours played, like streamed. And it's like, that's a lot. So I'm gonna finish Shivering Isles. We'll see how long that takes, and then I might do a little victory lap across Cyrodiil. I'm not 100% certain. And then I might shelve this game forever, or maybe temporarily. One thing in terms of Elder Scrolls, I'm still 90% certain I want to do it, is when the next and the final, apparently, version of Lore Rim comes out for Skyrim, which is the 4.0 release. When that comes out, I want to maybe dive into that for a little bit. But yeah, exactly. Oh, we gotta do our contingency thing. So we gotta cast that, and then trade the shield. Okay. Oh no, a skeleton. He's all stretchy, no. What are we doing even in this game? I think we have to rebuild the gatekeeper, I think is what we're doing. Are you hostile? Oh boy. I don't know if that's vanilla or a mod, but the thing that makes skeletal enemies like all break apart when you hit them with things, high quality mod. High quality thing, I like it a lot. Skinned Hound. Skinned Hound. Weird. And he killed himself. I gotta remember I have the reflect damage, so there's a good chance that they'll just hurt themselves. It was funny, last time I streamed this, there was a moment where I went to the bathroom, and I didn't pause the game, I just let my character stand there. And it's like, as soon as I got up and left the keyboard, I got attacked by like a couple enemies, and they all just ended up killing themselves, hitting me with reflect damage. And I was none the wiser until I went back and watched the footage. Well, I don't think this contingency thing, I don't think it worked. It didn't stick. It's not Do this. Do this. Okay. Still didn't. Okay, I might have to wait till all of that's gone before I try it again. Oh no, I think it cast it on me. I think it worked. The idea is that I have a high level reflect damage and reflect magic spell that I cast in combat. Like, it automatically gets casted on me in combat. It's one of the mod things. I think it's from the mage's birth sign. They can prepare a contingency spell to automatically be cast on themselves when they enter combat. It's really good. Oh, Flesh Atronax. Skeleton General Lieutenant. Jesus. That is, he is a skeleton in the or he is a general in the skeleton army. Cool. Rooms. Which, this is the lady who made the gatekeeper, I think we're looking for. She's doing all sorts of fleshy experiments. Ow. Sometimes my spells are just, like, they're not casting. It's been a weird issue for this mod pack from the beginning. Sometimes you cast the spell and your character does the animation, but nothing happens. Dying. Oh, almost, he has reflect magic. That almost killed me. Ugh. Now it's fucking the bug tunnels. Oh my god, these dungeons. Corpse pit. Sanctum of Vivisection. I don't know if this is if these dungeons are modded or not to like be, but like it seems like with Shivering Isles, they're like, what if we just made the regular Oblivion dungeons, but we made them longer? That was what everyone had complaints with. They didn't think that they were long enough. Not that they were repetitive and boring, and when you saw one, you saw every single one.
You! I remember you. You're the adventurer who slew my gatekeeper.
Actually, if you roll the footage back, he just hit me until he died.
The ends justify the means, do they? You'll pay for that one day. Now, by all means, come right in. Walk in here as if you own the place. By what authority do you disturb me?
By Sugareth. Sugar.
Sheogorath is too important to come on his own account. He sends his mortal lackey.
Yeah, actually.
Well then, I trust my servants didn't give you too hard a time getting in here? What is it Sheogorath's lackey requires of me? Ah, your tone is more in line with my station.
Oh, Jesus.
Please continue. Fine. If it be my lord's will, then it is also my own. But I'm too distraught over the death of my child to return to his womb.
Excuse me?
This you must do. You will travel to the gardens of flesh and bone. Go fetch me blood.
Go. All right, yeah. Go get the. Go get the items. Go fetch the things. Oh, and there goes Night Eye. Oh, nice bedroom, lady. How did I take so much damage? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Just telling me that's how I can get in quick, I'm guessing. Ooh, and in other news, I fixed Mass Effect 2. I fixed why it wasn't running. The night before, or not night before, yesterday, I tried to get it to work, and the game said no. It was like a weird physics thing. Every time I tried to launch the game, it's like, oh, you're missing a physics plugin. We cannot enter. Physics could not be initialized. Is something I was getting. I just needed to install like a tiny little plugin for physics, and now it works. And so I can do Mass Effect 2 anytime I want. Start it, which is cool. Oh boy. Nerds of Order. Oh my god. Gotta be looting these Hearts of Order. If we come across any more of those obelisks that summon these guys endlessly, you can use the hearts to shut them up. Like, do these guys just endlessly spawn? Oh, Jesus. The carrot saw inside my character's head there for a second. Good God. Terrifying. Okay. Weird. Oh boy. The roots will not budge, huh? There you go. Oh God. I see the dungeon goes in 3 ways, and I'm like, not that way, apparently. Just so many enemies. This mod pack and its love of just adding, like... It's like, what if there was twice as many enemies as there usually was? Does that make the game better? No, but it will make it more annoying. Necrotic sludge. Ew. Osseous marrow. Osseous marrow sounds like the name of like a third-rate Star Wars character. It's the name of like a bounty hunter who shows up in like one obscure Star Wars comic from 1993. Hunger. Ow. What am I looking for in here? I'm guessing I'm following the ghostly green. This is supposed to be a maze, quote unquote. Ow. I don't know why, this is reminding me of Star Fox 64. You gotta follow the ghost of your dad. Green. Wait until the essence of breath is in the bottle. Okay. How do we get out of this fucking hellhole now? Should probably save because I don't want to do that again. Do we have everything? Osseous blood liqueur. No, we need one more. Blood liqueur. Blood liquor. Doors opened elsewhere. Hall. Blood. Okay. Build ourselves a gatekeeper. Gotta watch out for archers. Archers are the only thing that can, like, really effectively kill me now. Because, for some reason, the way the game calculates or, like, treats damage, it doesn't count as... ranged attacks, like arrows, don't count as damage to be reflected by reflect damage. So you can't, like, reflect them. It's really weird. That, and I think... I want to say poison as well. So if you have, like, maxed out reflect damage, you will take, like, nothing from... You will take very little damage from melee of all flavors. Which is why, like, reflect damage is higher tier than... reflect damage is higher tier than both Aegis, which is just, like, armor rating, and... or shield, not Aegis. Shield, which is armor rating, and reflect normal weapon... Or resist normal weapons. Resist normal weapons does not protect you from... It doesn't protect you from Daedric weapons. It doesn't protect you from enchanted weapons. It's not that good. Who are you? Random skeleton.
Stay away!
Okay. I think it's crazy to me that they make you run the dungeon to find this lady, only for her to tell you to go run another dungeon. Why not just cut out the getting to her? Why not just, like, find her lab and not make me do 2 dungeons in a row, like, back to back?
You have returned with all the components? Excellent. All that remains is to choose the body parts. Fearing one day someone might manage to kill my child, I have been preparing a new body. I've created versions of each appendage.
So you essentially get to choose the parts of the gatekeeper. I remember this, and you get, like, a bonus based off of the parts you choose. I don't remember if it's, like, a greater power or if it's, like, a something. I don't remember. You get something for it. A little bit of a seam there. Okay, I guess we're going to body parts. we're fucking shopping. Legs of fortitude. Oh, well. Legs of nimbleness. I like how this doesn't tell me anything about what they are. Heart of wound sharing, heart of spell tuning, breast of life, breast of magic, slashing, bashing, punching, chopping, shielding. Like, I can guess some of them. Okay, obviously this is going to give resistance to elements. Is this like... Okay, I'm just going to look it up. Oblivion, gatekeeper, body parts. Rebuilding the gatekeeper. Okay. Can you find them? Like, can I look at them in my inventory? No. Okay. So yeah, it just ends up being a greater power, it looks like. Nothing that useful, if I'm being brutally honest. One of these gives you like more magic. Yeah, fortify magicka, fortify health.
You've made your selection. Now we travel to the statue of our Lord in the...
Oh, who the fuck are you? Oh, you're her apprentice. I remember you. I didn't actually have to talk to her because I didn't do the, because the gatekeeper just ended himself by hitting me repeatedly. He hit me and I just reflected all the damage back and oh my god, Jesus, lady.
Shall we? First...
You just chuck a bunch of body parts into the pool. This is fucking, this is Humba Wumba's pool of like transformation from Banjo-Tooie. I'm gonna hop in there and pop out as a fucking, what do you turn into? I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of things you turn into. A bee, a car.
Containing within it the fire which birthed it. Flesh.
Other stuff.
Meat with the desire to consume like fire. Place the dermis membrane into the system. Blood, liquid nutrient. That ocean which casts pearls of life upon the shores of existence. Place the blood into the cistern of substantiation. Bone, branch, and stone of the body, giving shape and structure. place the flow into the cistern. Breath, child of air, bestowing movement, the stirring of spirit. Place the essence of breath into the cistern of substantiation. And last, the light of flesh, the illumination of soul, perception, thought, memory, imagination. I summon thee, walker in flesh of true flesh, from those waters of oblivion which sire thy kind. Come to this altar, join with this body, quintessence of flesh joined with the essence of flesh, absolute, immortal,
She's just saying words.
bound to contingent.
She's making this up as she goes along.
Stand clear of the cistern, over here by me. Honored Daedra, fear not thy abasement. Thou shalt be the holy in this temple. I bind thee, Atronach, to this body. Henceforth, gatekeeper of the Shivering Isles.
Nope, she got cut off.
My child, it is time to fulfill your destiny. Stand guard in this land against all those who seek entry not bearing the mark of Sheagora's favor. You shall know them by the coldness of their minds, a darkness of spirit. What's this? My child, they're coming.
Oh, of course, you have to demonstrate immediately. Oh, you made the gatekeeper. Well, now here he is. Here's some enemies for him to chop up.
I'll destroy the interlopers or run to Sheagorath. Either way, tell him of our doings here. Send him my tribute. And my affection.
Is anyone coming? Oh, here we go. Get him. So I think you get like a greater power for that too, which is another thing I'm there. Yeah. Summon Dark Seduce, Summer Flesh Atronach. I guess not.
Your feet.
Come on, dude. He's kicking your ass. This is a name, Felis Saranda. He actually has an. Oh. Holy shit. Get him. Do it again. Nope. Have fun. Be good, you two. Don't play too rough, you kids. I gotta go talk to Dad. Yeah, you know. It's good for them, you know. Let the kids roughhouse a little bit, you know. It's fine. A little bit of horseplay.
The saints stand strong.
Those are arch.
Yeah, I think is this the moment where Sheogorath becomes big man?
A new gatekeeper!
Jesus Christ. He's like
Excellent.
20 decibels louder than everyone else.
We might be onto something with you after all. That should keep out the stragglers. And I see you've learned to summon flesh atronachs. Ha ha! Relmina must like you, little duchess. But probably not in that way.
No.
Lord Sheogorath, I apologize for the intrusion, but you must help us. Order has attacked Brellock.
Oh, we gotta deal with the Golden Saints are. I think the side that you didn't stand with gets fucked. So if you chose the Seducers, the Golden Saints have a thing, and then if you chose the Saints, the Seducers have a thing.
This is a particularly exciting turn of events, is it not?
I guess.
A perfect job for you, my newest and only noble. It means Order has tried subterfuge, not its strong suit. Ha ha ha! Amazing! Perhaps things aren't going as poorly as I'd imagined. You'll want to get all the details from the messenger.
Why would Order not be
Unless you
good
already
at subterfuge? I don't see how subterfuge is something that's necessarily disorderly.
Well, aren't you precious?
Like,
You
subterfuge
really
can be
not
very
know.
orderly.
Haven't you noodled it all through yet?
Oh, there you go.
Because he is me. Well, I'm him. We're a bit of each other, really. I won't be here when he arrives because I'll be him. Happens every time. The Grey March starts, Order appears, and I become Jiggalag and wipe out my whole realm.
Man, it would have been cooler if in Skyrim, instead of a Sheogorath quest, there was a Jiggalag quest. That would have been cool.
Soon. Too soon! I can already feel the change beginning. I feel like I'm not quite here. I'm not over there yet, but I'm not quite here! And I've been having moments of clarity that are quite unlike me. Like now. Stop it! Oh no, can't do it. Believe me, I've tried. It never ends well. But you're still going to stop the Grey March. Stop Jiggalag! Me? From destroying my realm! Now, nothing has changed. You deal with this messenger. Make sure my army is secure. You'll need them.
Okay, sure. Apparently I need them, even though I don't.
Your Grace, there is trouble. You must come quick.
You must come quickly. That's a good line. I should clip that. I should have that as I should just have that as a soundboard effect. You must come quickly.
Our stronghold at Brellock is under attack. The forces of Order broke in and routed us. You must go to Ismi at once and aid her.
Okay.
Please, Your Grace, hurry to Brellock.
You must come quickly. I bet I could find. I bet I could find a good line. I could probably load the save, and I could just turn off every effect except turn down all the other sound effects except voice, and then just have that line play and record it, and then just clip that as a thing and put that in my soundboard. You must come quickly. I don't know. Is it it's like a particular form of brain rot that was fostered right into my brain during high school years, during my formative years, where it's just the word "come" is funny, and I can. It's always going to be funny to me because of just it's just I don't know. It was such a common thing as a teenager, where it's haha come funny, haha come funny, haha white liquid equal cum. I wonder is that particular brain rot still strong with the younger generations, or was it just me, my gen? I'm a millennial. Is it a millennial thing? A younger millennial thing? I wonder if I asked my younger siblings, who are both Zoomers, technically, I think. I think so, yeah. I wonder if they think that it's also just as funny. Oh no. Okay, I'm guessing you nerds are gonna be like, we need you to fight the booglers have come in here and have boogled everything. We need you to fight them. Oh, God. All the local wildlife is not gonna make this easy. Oh. Golden Saints don't fuck around. Which one of you is in charge?
Madgods, thank you for coming. I apologize for summoning you. The blame is mine. We've lost control of Brellock. Thaden let them in.
All right,
we had
Duke.
no idea he would. They captured our commander, Stada.
Oh,
and had her
Stada,
in
right.
prison
Stada is
somewhere
back. If you
inside.
remember,
Our first
if you
priority
played
must be rescuing
Morrowind,
her.
Stada was a named Golden Saint, I think, in Morrowind. That was like the object of a quest. I don't remember whose quest it was, but like
Thaden had her
you had to
pulled
kill
aside,
her. You had to
separating her from
specifically
the
kill
group.
her.
He meant to divide our
Was it a
numbers when
Zura's
Order
quest?
entered, making us easier targets.
Where you have to kill her and
imprisoned Stada
bring
somewhere
the
within
signet
Brellock.
ring of
If
Sheogorath
they
that's
killed
on
her,
her,
she
I
could return
think,
to us through the
to the
wellspring,
Shrine of Azura
so they keep her
to
hostage.
get the Azura's star.
If we follow the waters of the wellspring, we will surely find her.
I'm actually looking it up right now. Stada. I like how she showed up randomly as like a random golden saint. Smash. Stada showed up as a random golden saint in Morrowind, and then suddenly you
Thaden
have
let them
to.
in, more
She's
than I
like
could
in
count.
everything. She's
It
in.
was all we could
She's
do
in
to
this
fall
game.
back and
She's in
regroup out there.
Skyrim. She's
We
in
must free Stada
ESO.
as soon as possible. She will know what to do.
It's like she was just a They just gave a name to a random golden saint in Morrowind, and that's it. Morrowind, Stada. Yeah, she has short. Yeah, you need it for Azura's quest. I remember that now.
Forgive me for saying you are the only
I don't think I actually
remaining
did that
Duchess,
quest on
which
stream
is a
when I did
situation
Morrowind.
quite
I did that offline.
unprecedented. Normally, you
I
would
was
never
like
be
exploring
permitted to
Morrowind,
pass
and I
within
just found
Brellock.
Azura's
Given the
shrine,
need for swift action, the normal custom.
and I'm like, okay, I'll do this quest. Here's Azura, and then Azura's like, go kill a random enemy, and then bring me the ring. And it's like, really, that's it? My favorite part of that quest is I'm so glad I did it offline, because you didn't get to see me get so pissed off at myself. You had to kill Stada, get the ring, bring it back to the statue. I just read the quest as kill Stada, so I went from Azura's shrine, which I'll try to say, like, imagine this is Vardenfell. The shrine's like down here. Stada's all the way up here. So I started in Balmora, I went all the way down here to the shrine, and I went all the way north to kill the Golden Saint. I went back to Balmora, I put the ring down. I put the ring out of my inventory and in my like pile in the Mages Guild, went all the way back to the shrine for me to not be able to finish the quest, and then I double checked and I'm like, oh, I need the fucking ring. So I had to recall back to Balmora, get the ring, and then go back again. Like an extra 10 minutes because I can't read. I've noticed so many times these guys will hit each other in combat. It's really funny. Yeah, I really should just let enemies hit me. I have such high damage reflect. Just hit me. Just fucking hit me and just kill yourself. This is like the win by doing absolutely nothing build. I think someone on the I took a clip of the of me killing the gatekeeper by just reflecting damage at it, and someone commented that it's the masochism build or something like that. It's the stop hitting yourself build. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. You fucking... Oh my god. Stop hitting yourself. Do it again. Lol. I'm just gonna let the girls deal with it. They can do it. You go, ladies. Oh, I think we lost one. We lost one. You don't have to worry. Remember, Daedra are immortal. They can't actually die. Daedra don't, rip gorgeous lady. Daedra don't die. Daedra will always come back to life. They never stay dead. They have some sort of like thing where they always end up sort of like a cycle where they come back. Ooh, also, other random and similar related random Elder Scrolls lore, Daedric weapons that you have in these games are not actually weapons. What they are, they're not like made out of Daedric ore, they're actually a Daedric spirit that has been essentially formed into the shape of a weapon. So all the Daedric weapons are living like Daedra in the form of weapons, like the spirits of them. The game crashed. Ba 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 bum. Wow, that was weird. I was naive in hoping that I would make another stream of Oblivion without crashing. Last time I played this, it was no crashing somehow. Couldn't believe it. Dead, exactly. Overall, I would say that this mod pack is pretty stable. There have been some weird crashes. Some days, no crashes at all. Some days, maybe a single crash. Oh god, we gotta start from the beginning. God damn it. Some days, it was like 5 or 6 crashes over the course of, 3-4 hours. I'll say it's not as annoying as Lorerim when Lorerim crashed, and the only reason is that when Lorerim crashed, it took... Like, I don't know how long it took from when the game crashed it took like a minute, probably. Like 40 seconds to a minute from game crashing to being able to restart it and turn it back on and be back in the game. The thing with Lorerim was Lorerim crashed and it's the next 3.5 to 4 minutes waiting for it to load and to get back into the game. Granted, Lorerim is enormous, so it's not like I don't understand why. It just doesn't make it any less annoying. Like, Lorerim's got like 3,000 plus mods, so... trying so hard to not hit them with this lightning.
Who said that?
It didn't work again. It's not casting... It's supposed to cast both reflect damage and reflect magic every time I go into combat, but it's only casting reflect magic. Or one of them, I don't remember. No, it's only casting reflect damage. I want both. There was another guy fighting in here last time we came in here, and then the game crashed. That was weird. Well, good thing about the crash is the good thing about the crash is that all three of them are still alive. Listen, there is an endless amount of these of the gold-skinned warrior babes, so you don't have to worry.
Madness always leads to the mark of order.
Here, wait. I have a heal. She actually... No, she's essential, so I don't actually have to do that. Never mind. Thanks for not just watching. The thing is that it's hard to just, like... Because it's like... If I accidentally hit one of them with the weakness spell by accident, and then accidentally hit them again with the... with one of the damage spells, they will just melt. It will deal hundreds to thousands of damage to them. So I'm trying so carefully to be like, you know, aim accurately. See, look, I just hit one of them with a weakness spell. They have no chill. They just get right in there. Get him. Sheo Garath. How long is this fucking dungeon? Jesus. You like Oblivion dungeons? Here's a really long one. I like the ones that are corrupted by order. So this is a golden saint that's ordered. They're corrupted by order. They just become covered in chrome. It's like that. It's like that one. God, that like ancient episode of SpongeBob where it's like Squidward or whatever somehow ends up in the future, And there's like a, oh hey Stada, there's a point where it's like everything is chrome in the future.
The barrier can't be broken by you. It's too tough. Use the chime. Ring the chime, and that may shatter it.
Okay, Stada.
You have my thanks for freeing me, but just who are you?
I am the Duchess of
My
Dementia.
lady. I'm sorry, I did not realize. Where is Thaden? Have you seen him? That traitorous coward. Thaden, the snake. He showed up, asked for a contingent.
This is the
guards,
leader of the
said there was trouble, and then we were
gold-skinned
needed.
warrior babes.
We were so focused on organizing
Or
quickly
something,
that by the
apparently.
time we realized he'd let order in himself, it was too late. We were split up and picked off. But it doesn't matter anymore. The only
Bigger
thing that matters
smash.
now is the wellspring. We must reach it at once. The wellspring of the Oriole. It's what links us to this realm, where we return to the world from the waters of Oblivion. If Thaden helps Order sever that link, my kind will be annihilated. The realm will be lost to us. We must get to the wellspring and stop them. I will follow your lead. The wellspring is at the heart of Brellock. Follow the waters to reach it. I am yours to command, Your Grace.
All right. You freed her. What's your reward? More dungeon. Oh boy. Cool. Let me just quickly eat four pears, a pumpkin pie, and then another pear.
No, the wellspring. They've stopped it up. You must make it to the wellspring and let the waters flow.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was funny. Oh. the the Bochi wiggle emoji is perfect for that. She's just like, oh, oh, fucking Christ. I like how it's like you immediately get her, and then you have like anyone who's left from the earlier, and then you go into the load screen, and then immediately it's like, oh no, they've plugged up the well. Blah. So again, I really like how atmospheric this mod pack makes the dungeons look. Like the lighting is really, really good. The thing is that I can't see shit. Which is why I'm constantly using Night Eye. It's like, this is dark. Brute potion. I don't know why I have to check my map. It's an Oblivion dungeon. They're mostly straight lines. I'm just gonna try to get all these guys together and then start just hitting them down. It's real nice because of all the other... one of the things I really like that this mod pack does too is it makes it so that all the skills have, like... all of your skills give you different effects as you level them up. So when you hit every 25 points, which is... you have, like, Novice, Journeyman... Novice, something... Novice, Journeyman, Expert, Master. That's what it is. And... each one gives you something like new, and they made the magic ones a bit more flavorful. Normally, if you reach, you can only use like master add up spells or whatever as you get to every 25 points. But with this one, you have different effects. And so, for example, like let's show you the mysticism one. At 100 mysticism, you get the master of mysticism. All spells have a 25% chance of being not consuming magicka, which is amazing. It's essentially like a 25% chance to get a free spell cast, and then on expert, killing an enemy gives you all of its magicka. Those two things in together, I'm never running out of magicka. Also considering I have it up to 965. It's one of those little cheats where, not cheats, but the way that magicka regen works in Oblivion is it's a percentage of your total, and so the higher magicka you have, the faster you regenerate because you're regenerating a larger number. The most efficient way to get more magicka regen is to just make your magicka bigger. The tactic I use now with this is hit them with the weakness spell combo, and then hit them with a spell and watch them just convulse until they die. Like, imagine, your big bad enemy, you go to kill this puny mage, he hits you with one spell, you're on the floor losing your mind as your body slowly dies, and you just see this. You just see this standing above you, like, looking down. Like, oh, ooh, ah.
What's that? I've lost. Order, take you.
See, look, and he's just, and they're dead. I am so glad you cannot be hurt by your own magic. Like, I don't get hurt by the fireball blowing up in my own face. Appreciate that. Look at the wellspring of the Ariel. It's been covered with order crystals. I need to destroy them. It's like a case of you gotta ring all the chimes to break them. I need to help the Stada defeat the remnants of order. Oh look, they all come back to life. Hi Neza, I hope you have a good day. Thank you. I am having a good day. I hope everyone else had a good day. Oh my god, you have a new look? It's not actually a new look. It's just a toggle. Like, this is just her without the jacket on. I can toggle, see, look, I can go, whoop, jacket on, jacket off. I can even do the, can't really see the smoke, but you can do, I can see the drink with the jacket off, and yeah. Oh, that's what I thought when I first saw this. Yeah, it's just a toggle. I wanted the jacket off just so you could see the arms, or robot arms.
The wellspring is restored. You have saved us. We are forever grateful, Your Grace. Please, allow me to teach you this spell, so that you may summon our kind to you in times of need. Also, accept this gift of armor. It is the least I can do to show thanks for your help. No sign of him yet. We'll do our best to track him down and deliver him to Lord Sheogorath for a fitting punishment. The traitor must be brought to justice. Our warriors will scour the halls of Brellock, removing any last elements of opposition. Then we will immediately return to our duties. Indeed, Lord Sheogorath will be anxious to hear of our victory, I am sure.
Alright, you do you, ladies. Have fun. Can I get out of here? Okay, I think now is the point where Sheogorath becomes all ordery. That's it. This is it for him, I think. You go back and he's like, this is time. I'm gonna turn into Jigalag. Peace out. Good luck. Time is near and I am fading. Yep, here we go.
Time is near and I am fading. Time is an artificial construct, an arbitrary system based on the idea that events occur in a linear direction at all times. Always forward, never back. Is the concept of time correct? Is time relevant? It matters not, one way or another. I fear that our time has run out. As I feared it would. My plan has failed. The Grey March is upon us. And I must go. I thought we had more time. I thought we had a chance. My plan has failed and we were so close.
No, Wes Johnson with a Scottish accent. Don't do it.
What happens is what always has happened. What always will happen. I crumble. I fade. The realm dies. And you with it.
Cramp ain't skipping hair day.
Flee while you can, mortal. One way.
And he usually just has like a more like The
And I
vanilla
will
version of him
slay
has a more sort of just like
others.
combed and like slicked hair instead of this mod hair.
Optimism! Ha! How adorable! I love it! Even at the end, you make me laugh. I'm lying. That wasn't funny at all. No matter. Soon you and everyone else will be dead, and I will be left a mad god, ruler of a dead realm again. I had intended to give you my staff, the symbol of my office, but life is gone from it, as it goes from me. It is now dead wood, a useless twig. With the staff there was hope, but now hope is dead. I am dead. The realm.
Oh, here he goes.
The realm is dead! Sheogorath is dead! All shall crumble before Jigalath!
Wow, what a drama queen. Sheogorath has vanished. Before we complete the plan to stop Order, perhaps Haskell will know what steps to take. Old Sheogorath's cane.
He is gone, but hope is not lost. We have a rare opportunity here, but I hesitate to do what must be done. If the Throne of Madness remains empty when Jigalag storms the palace, he will prevail. But there is a chance that the throne may not be empty. You will sit on the throne. It has always been Sheogorath's intent for you to be the new Madgod.
Don't try to figure out how.
But perhaps you can hold the throne.
I don't know. I
provided
get.
that you possess
How
the
can a
proper
mortal
symbol
become
of
a
office,
Daedra or a
namely
Daedric
the
prince,
staff of
or like at
Sheogorath.
least? I don't know. I guess mortals have become,
when
or well,
Sheogorath
one
faded,
mortal has
the power
become
of the staff faded with him.
a divine.
It
He
must
became
now
an
be
Aedra.
remade.
Maybe.
The staff is
Although he
the
could have
symbol
always
of
been.
power
Oh,
in this
goddamn,
realm.
whatever.
He who rightfully holds the staff may hold the throne of the Shivering Isles.
So I explained it
However,
last time, but like the
the
whole thing
secrets
is
of its
that
construction are
Sheogorath,
lost.
it was, you had the Daedric Prince of Order was Jigalag, and he was dangerous to the other Daedric princes because what he wanted to do was because he was the represented Order, he saw any sort of chaos or anything that was not ordered as something to be fixed. And so the other Daedric princes are like, this guy is gonna fuck us up eventually. And so what they did is they cursed Jigalag. They essentially turned him into Sheogorath and made him the opposite of Order, madness. Or at least, something that is completely contradictory to Order. They made him crazy, essentially, as a means of stopping him and as a means of punishing him.
That which is lost can be found again.
And so he's essentially cursed in this cycle of he goes crazy and then he becomes Jigalag and destroys his own realm in an attempt to order it, only for then to him become Sheogorath again and make it crazy again, and then to keep going and going and going and going.
Behind that door, you will find the answer you seek. Although I hesitate to guide you towards this path, the secrets of the past will surely aid Jigalag, but I fear that we have no other choice. Be mindful of what you find there.
Elder Scrolls lore lives
The
in your head
library
rent-free,
is a thing
yes.
of order,
Not even rent-free,
and
I
will
like it.
still serve
It's
that
cool.
end.
It's fun.
Take this crystal. It contains the power to open the sealed door. Inside, you will find the final remnants of the library.
There is so much I know about
Enlightening
different,
as
like,
always.
fictional universes lore. I know a ton about Elder Scrolls. Trying to think. I know a ton about Elder Scrolls. I know a ton about World of Warcraft up to a point, considering I haven't really cared for that game's lore for a good while. World of Warcraft. I was pretty knowledgeable with Star Wars. I'm one of those people who I really liked reading wikis. I would read like every page of like the WoW wiki or the Elder Scrolls wiki or the Star Wars one. Oh, I just started watching Star Wars. See, that I find crazy. Like, I don't know how. What the fuck? Granted, I really haven't been a fan of Star Wars for a while. Like anything new, I have not seen like any of the new stuff. I've not really seen any of the new stuff, and there really hasn't been any good Star Wars like games that have come out. I can think of 2 decent, or I'd say good Star Wars games that have come out ever since Disney. Off the top of my head, ever since Disney has purchased Star Wars, and it's the what's it called, the Jedi Saga, the Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. Both those games I think are very good. I'd argue the sequel is a little rough, but yeah. Star Wars used to be really good. Star Wars games used to be real good, and that was, you know, that was one of the things I liked, is that I loved video games as a kid. So I'm watching Star Wars, and then I get to play really good Star Wars games. Finally decided to watch it. What have you seen? I'm curious. Did you watch them, like, I guess you would say, in order? Like, it's weird because if I had to recommend an order to watch those movies in, I would say you watch the original ones, just the first movie and half of the second. So like the original, like the old ones, right? Like the ones from the ones from the 70s, right? 70s and 80s. Yeah, 77. Okay. Yeah, I would say if I really here's my viewing order for Star Wars. Watch the original 3, Star Wars A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and then don't watch any else. Don't watch anything else. That's it. Why not? Because they're not as good. They're like the prequel series is like, the prequel trilogy is the prequel trilogy is like a lot of good ideas, a lot of poor execution. Is how I would call it.
I have been waiting for you, Your Grace. This day, as all days before and after, is well known to me. There are no surprises to Dias of Mythera.
I would say that the sequel trilogy is like,
you seek the means to foil
the sequel trilogy is like lazy nostalgia bait,
you seek the
and like
throne
playing to like
of
the classic
Venus.
like,
However, no
oh, I
mortal may
remember
sit upon the throne without the
thing,
staff, so
member thing.
here you are in my prison, seeking to supplant the one who placed me here. If you wish to take the place of Shale Gorath,
Like, if you want to watch him, go
ask
ahead.
me
But
what
it's
you
just
will.
like, I would not. If someone came to me, if a friend came to me or a family member came to me and said, hey, I want to watch Star Wars. Do you want to watch Star Wars with me? Like, over the weekend, we would watch the first 3 and I'd be like, I'm good. We don't have to watch any more. Trust me.
I can create the physical shell of the staff, but the divine essence must be gathered elsewhere. But apotheosis is no simple matter, and the creation of the staff is no simple task. I will require 2 sacred items in order to complete it. The Shivering Isles hold many secrets, but few remain unseen by mortal eyes. The staff is a tool of great vision and thus requires the eye of one who has witnessed one of these unseen secrets firsthand. Sirta resides in the Howling Halls, and find her and bring me the eye that is seen that which no other has.
Okay, you need an eyeball? Cool. What's the other thing?
Trees and branches
You need a
of
tree.
this realm
Okay,
feed
or a
the
branch.
Font of madness and mystery. One of the oldest trees, named the Tree of Shades, lies in the halls of Nilkar.
Oh,
Nilkar
it's
is
just
a
like...
place of ruin, root, and
Okay, we need you to get 2 quest items. And so what you have to do is go run 2 dungeons, and that's it.
But be warned, the tree will not surrender its secrets to one who has not earned them. Yes, only then can I create an appropriate vessel to hold the power that is inherent.
Shivering Isles isn't as good as I remember it.
The staff
This DLC or this expansion has a lot. Actually, no, this was technically DLC. This was not. This was
Such a feat is
this was accurate to call it DLC. This was the.
All sorts
This
of
was
things
actually
can
available as a
fail.
download. I
It is a
remember.
certainty. However, I also predict that this will not stop you from trying.
It's not like Blood Moon or Tribunal for Morrowind, where you actually had to buy a disc. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. And this DLC is a lot of dungeons. It's just a lot of dungeons. Which is, and the dungeons are just, they're, man, yeah, God, I will say, I do agree with a lot of the criticism of Oblivion now, playing it again, and having it fresh in my mind of, particularly the dungeons are very not interesting. I'd say that they're boring visually, and mechanically they're also very dull. They feel way too most of them feel way too like they're all handcrafted, but they don't feel it, because it feels like a lot of times that they're just put together with like puzzle pieces, like preset pieces. I think one of the big things is that like a lot of the tile sets feel similar. It's like you are in Oblivion Cave and it feels like every other cave dungeon. You are in Oblivion, you know, Alien Ruin, and it feels like every other Alien Ruin. I'll say that like Skyrim, I think at least visually the dungeons are more interesting for the most part. Like they do a bit more, or at least they try to. I would argue that the worst ones in Skyrim are the Draugr tombs, in my opinion. Those ones feel a little too similar. They all feel like they're just the same kind of thing. But like some of the caves and some of the Dwemer stuff feels pretty interesting in that they try to do different things visually with them. I'd say though that they still suffer from being very linear and very, very linear. Like sometimes they're literally just straight lines from the door to the exit, or from the door to whatever the finale is, and also there's just, yeah, again, mechanically there's just nothing really going on. It's not like there's not like there's ever any challenging puzzles in those dungeons in Skyrim. Yeah, again, I can say it like, so for like, it seems that for Shivering Isles here, you have 2 tile sets. The dungeons are either one of 2 flavors. They're either a root cave like this, where it's like you're in the roots of a tree or whatever the fuck, or they're a What am I doing here? The game crashed. I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. All right. All right, I have a confession to make. For the first time, I played Fortnite the other day for the first time ever. I was morbidly curious. I have not played too many battle royales previously. The only other battle royale I think I've ever put any time in, it was last year for like a month. I played Apex Legend, and I played that for a little bit, and I went, okay, I'm good. And I tried it out for like a month, like playing a game or two a day, or whenever I had like time or felt like it. And I went, I'm good. And so I decided to play Fortnite and try it out because I had never played it and I was curious. So I drop in to the first game. I play the game. First time ever. I have no fucking oh, okay, it's a game. Like I know how to control it. I'm wandering around. I'm doing stuff. First ever game, I won. I was very confused because it took a very long time in Apex Legends for me to win a game. So playing this game for the very first time and winning was kind of surprising. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say that was a fluke. I played a second game. I won again. And I'm like, okay. So then I played a third game today, and I won again. And I don't understand how. Like, is it all just bots? Was I just fighting against bots? Was I just playing against a bunch of like 12-year-olds who don't know how to play video games? Was it kids playing on their phone who can't aim? Was the mouse the big advantage? I don't know. It was very strange. Jesus, that fucking hurt. Oh, this leads back outside. Fuck. See, that was my very weird intro to playing Fortnite, and I don't quite get what happened. I don't know how I won 3 games in a row. My first 3 games in a row. And 3 of Shades. Okay, is this the classic, like, I have to fight myself? Is that what this trope is? Why are games obsessed with the things where you fight yourself?
That's the best you can do.
So why do I have like 10,000 health? Lol, get spell reflected, nerd. Oh, that worked. Do that again. Hit me more. Shadowy Imager, blah, 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 attacked me, defeated it. Killed Doppelganger, wow. Okay, well, that's the tree branch. Whew. Been also playing this other game. Got it because it looked really cool. I bought it's called V Rising. It's like a game where it's like a mixture between like not like a survival, but like a base building game with like Diablo-esque sort of like top-down action-y ARG, or not ARG, no, action RPG, ARPG combat. It's really cool. You play as like you make a vampire character and you hunt down people to make yourself stronger, and you can do a bunch of cool stuff. It's really neat. Having a ton of fun with that one. You gotta like there's a day-night cycle, and if you stay out in the sun, you get cooked. You have to you take damage from like garlic. Like later on, you start seeing places like human settlements with like garlic hung up to keep vampires away, and it gives you a stacking debuff where you take 1 point of damage for every stack of garlic on you, and it like goes up to like 100 times or like 200 times. You can't carry silver unless you have a special bag. If you pick up silver coins, you actually start taking damage because you're holding silver as a vampire. It's really neat. There are certain merchants that you can only you have to take a human disguise. You have to have like a disguise that makes you look more human to speak to certain merchants to actually trade with them. It's a really cool little game. Apparently, like, there's a bunch of like PvP stuff too, which I could not give less of a shit about, so I don't play. I'm just playing on my own. But it's fun. Good time waster, in a good way. You build like your base is like a big spooky vampire castle. You can you capture NPCs and turn them into like thralls. You can keep people prisoner to just use them as like blood banks. Is like it's fun. Vampires are cool. I always thought vampires were cool. Oh, I missed the bot time. You did just a bit. I remember my first big like thing with like vampires was playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines when I was probably way too young to actually play a game like that. And I thought, this is really cool. You're like a bot magnet, I swear. It's just that they see they see small low viewer channels and they're like, oh, maybe it's probably like go around to any channel that has like fits a certain criteria and post the what's it called? Post the message. I don't even care about those kind of bots. Those bots are like, those ones aren't that annoying because it's just they show up, they poop one message into chat and they disappear. I don't like it just because it just trashes up chat. I have no greeting. Oh my god, look at this.
A good day and fair travels.
Oh, he was supposed to attack me. Absolute diva. Oh, I like this. So you take off your shoes, you put on your robe.
Who's there? Oh, who go? Your light will shine no more. Yeah.
I'm guessing then you also missed me talking about how I played Fortnite for the first time yesterday. That was weird.
You are not one of us. Hey,
This guy was named. I bet I could have talked to him. I don't remember hearing it. Well, it's not much of a story. I mentioned it already. I played Fortnite for the first time. Very first game of Fortnite. Not really knowing what the fuck I'm doing. I win. So I thought, like, that was weird. So I win the very first game. Great.
long enough.
Cool. Why didn't spell reflect work? Or damage reflect? That was really cool game, how damage reflect didn't work when I got knocked over. sad to break it to you, those were bots. Like, yeah, I kind of get it, but like, so I win the first game, and then I play again, and I win the second game, and then I play a third time, and then I won the third game. And it's like, are they all bots? Are they all 10-year-olds? Is it nothing but bots and 10-year-olds? Why the fuck do people play that? The first few games are all just bots. It's like, but like, why? Just throw me into the deep end. I also mentioned that I played for a little bit last year. I played Apex Legends, and Apex Legends, it's like it took me like 30 games until I won. You know, I'm queuing with randoms, but it took me like 30 games until I queued in and we actually won with randoms, and it was really satisfying. Most of the games of Apex, you know, they could be over in like 5 minutes, depending on if your team wanted to fucking hot drop. They wanted to go dick first into like the area where everyone is dropping. Get the taste of achievement. I was also thinking that could it also be that it's like, since it's cross-platform, a lot of it is like you're playing with like someone who's playing on their cell phone. You know. Someone who's playing on their PS4.
I've trifled with you long enough.
No, I believe phone players play with each other. Okay. Yeah, I was just morbidly curious about Fortnite because I had never played it before. Like the Battle Royale. I think I actually had played the weird, like, PvE thing back when it first came out, like a billion years ago. I remember playing that, but I never played the PvE or the Battle Royale. Battle Royale's never really appealed to me. But over the last year, I kind of just wanted to try it out just because it's like, you know, I've never really played any of these. What are they like? Staff, Crystal Staff of Healing. Visionary Staff. I'll take your eye, thank you very much. Never really played any of the what's it called, the extraction shooters. I tried to play Hunt, I didn't like it. Tried to play Tarkov, didn't like it. I mentioned in another stream how I think it's just a case of like I feel like multiplayer games are something I can't really get into because you have to play so much to keep up, you know what I mean? You end up getting into these games where you have people who play, like, this is the only thing they play. They play it, you know, for 12 hours a week. And 12, that might even be undershooting it. They might play it for longer. You know, they play it, you know. And then there's a lot of people who, like, they play the one game. You know what I mean? They play whichever game it is. And that's the thing that they spend the vast majority of their time. Video gaming is what they spend the time on. And it's, you end up, like, you know, you end up trying to get into this thing, and you're thrown into the deep end with these people who have so many hours, and it's just like, I could just be playing something else. Listen, on this stream, what we do is we play games that are at least a decade old.
You have the items, contrary to all prediction. Once again, you defy the path set before you. However, what comes next is now unclear. If you wish to confront what is to come, I shall create the staff for you. You possess the eye and the branch. Together they shall form the physical shape of the staff of Sheogorath. After I shape them into the staff, you must take it to the seat of power in the Shivering Isles.
I think this guy is also voiced by Wes Johnson, who was Sheogorath.
Imbue the staff with
They
power
hired
from
Wes
the
Johnson,
font
and
of
they're like,
madness.
okay, you will do
Soak the
every
staff
voice.
in the waters of the land, and it will open its full power to you. You have defied the expected and accomplished something that...
It was a shame. It was kind of a
defies
bad thing.
all
Earlier
logic.
this year, Wes Johnson had
I
a
must
medical
contemplate the
emergency
error
of some
in my
sort.
calculations.
He was like found. He was
take
in
your
like
treasure
some.
and
He
leave
was he went to some city for some sort of like convention or something. He was gonna speak at or something, and he was found like unresponsive in his hotel room, and he was rushed to the hospital, and he was in a very bad state for like a good while. It's a shame. He's a good voice actor, really good. I think he's also like he's an announcer for, he's been like an announcer at like a sports I can't remember where. I want to say somewhere, Washington, but I don't know if it was DC or if it was the state of Washington, but he's like an announcer for, I want to say a hockey team, and he has been for like a decade or something. Wes Johnson. I like how you look up Wes Johnson, and the first picture that appears of him on the first picture that appears of Wes Johnson on Google is him holding the Wabbajack. The amount of info you store in your head, it's relevant. I'm just remembering it because it's relevant. What does he do? He's like, where is he? His voice? Yeah, he is the PA announcer for the NHL's Washington Capitals, so DC, not Washington State. So yeah, DC, Washington DC. He had a medical emergency while in Georgia to host a benefit for the National Alzheimer's Association. He was in an intensive care unit after being found unresponsive. On the 31st of January, he had recovered from an induced coma and he'd been released from the hospital. Jesus Christ. Again, I love how Sheogorath his choice of Daedra, gold-skinned
Duchess of
battle
Dementia.
babes, purple-skinned
You honor me,
battle
Your
babes. Double smash, yeah.
Those are
Ah, you're back. You may have noticed that we have a bit of a problem.
Do we?
You're having a bit of fun with me. Very good. My lord, of
Yeah, I mean,
course,
have a good
noticed
day.
the font
Bed.
when you
Okay,
arrived in the
yes.
palace.
Have a good sleep, Cyber. Thank you
font
for
of
hanging
madness?
out. Go to bed. I know
In
it's
the middle
probably
of the
real late
throne
where you
room?
are. Or real
The
early.
font which is unaccountably covered with crystals. Order. The taint appeared only a short time ago, but it has spread quickly. I fear that soon we will all be serving a new master. Yes, his agents must have found a way to poison the font with order. Once the source of
Poison the
madness
font
becomes
with
the
order.
font of
I like
order,
how
Jiggalag
I like
is
how it's
one.
like order is like a thing. The fountain had like the
Somehow,
source of
the
madness.
forces
There's
of
literally a
order have
fountain of
poisoned the pools
madness.
of mania and dementia that feed the font.
It's not like
I suspect
madness
the
is
traitor
like a
Phaeton.
fucking physical thing. It's
Jiggalag
not
has
in this
never had an
realm. It's
original
not just
thought
like
in his
a
existence.
concept. The
Be
idea
that
of
as it
you know
may,
being
you will have to
insane.
enter the fountainhead beneath the tree and find the source of the poison.
I fountainhead. I'll do it. Whatever. As you complete the quests, this area fills with like all these little mementos of the quests you've done. It's not. It's cute, I guess. That's the best I can say. I witnessed a Gnarl removing order crystals that were poisoning a door here in the fountainhead. Seems that the tame Gnarl's heel can halt the spread of order. Say work make okay. Oh, you're not friendly. Yeah, I'd say that the root dungeons are worse than the other ones. There's only 2 tile sets for dungeons in the expansion. You've got the root dungeons, and you've got the root dungeons and the stone dungeons, and these ones are worse. Jiglag's priests are poisoning the roots. I've cleansed one of the minor pools. I must find the pools of mania and dementia to save the tree. Because I just see these dungeons and I just kind of I go cross-eyed looking at them. These root tunnels have a very bad case of everything looking the same. It being very easy to just get turned around. Is this the pool? Looks like it. As we all know, madness is stored in the roots. Madness is stored in the roots just as pee is stored in the balls, as we all know.
Strike me!
Strike me down, my lord!
Okay, that's this one done. Pool of Dementia, Pool of Dementia, Palace. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, I had more fun doing the main quest than the Shivering Isles. The Shivering Isles is just, like, it's just dungeon exploration.
Is no
It's like every quest has some sort of like setup, but it's all of it is just go to a dungeon. You know, there's at least like in the main quest, there's some quests that are not just go to a dungeon. Sure, most of them are, or more, like a lot of them are, but some of them are just like something different. Like I think of the ones where you have to go to Boris in the Imperial City. You have to find the books, and you have to set up a meeting with the Mythic Dawn, and then you have to figure out what the commentaries mean and stuff like that. Like, it's something different. There's only like, I'd say the closest you get in this one is probably the one for the Duchess of Dementia, for when she's like, oh, you have to find out who's betraying me or who's like plotting against me. And I already complained about that quest because it's really silly that there's no option other than the one option. It was such a disappointing quest, that one, because it's like, okay, this lady's like, she's paranoid. And her whole thing is that she thinks there's a whole, like, conspiracy against her. And she says, you have to find out who's leading the conspiracy or else you will be blamed. And the implication being is that she'll execute you for it. That's an interesting idea for a quest, and then the game totally drops the ball because not only is she 100% right that there is a conspiracy against her, there is only like one correct choice. They could have done so much more with that, where you know, imagine you truly had to figure out what the conspiracy was, and that you could, and maybe the game doesn't actually tell you if you were correct or not. What the fuck are you? Oh. You know, maybe the game just fucking, like, you can finger anyone. You can point out anyone and they can, and accuse them. You know, and it's the question of, it's like, do you just take the quick way out? Do you try to solve the actual, like, the conspiracy? That would have been neat. Like, you actually have to do some detective work. You could fucking, imagine if, an interesting thing is, like, this lady accuses you that, or says that there's, like, a conspiracy, and then what happens is you find out that there is no conspiracy, and then you have to choose someone, or, like, you have to either try to find a way to convince her, and it's, like, really difficult, or you have to try to find, like, you have to just use someone as a scapegoat. Like, that could have been interesting, but no, it's literally you have to go through the thing 100% the way they want it to, and there's only one ending for that quest. And it's like, oh, come on, Bethesda. Like, fucking try. And then outside of that quest, every other quest has been like a dungeon quest, more or less. They all have some sort of like framework, like that is sort of different. Like, oh, you need to do this, but you have to do a dungeon. It's like do a dungeon either before or after. I do think we're coming very close to the end here, though.
Of course. I see so clearly now. What a fool I have when I bowed the knee to Jiggalag.
Yeah.
Order. My Lord Jiggalag will never be turned aside.
And he's dead.
Strike me!
That was the former Duke of Mania, who it's such a weird thing when you kill, when you choose which one you want to deal with. You want to become the Duke of Mania or the Duke of Dementia, and then what happens is that regardless of which one you choose, the other one will be like, what, you let the other one die, and then they go off and join Order, and then they show up here and. That's it. I killed the priests who had cursed the pool of mania. The traitor Théodon was among them. Now that I've cleansed both pools that feed the font of madness, I will be able to maybe I should be able to imbue the staff of Sheogorath with power. Okay. I think we're coming very close to the end of this quest line. Are you sure you wish to use the font of madness? You cannot go back if you do. I ready. I've gained the power. That's it. I'm Sheogorath now. Cool.
My lord, Otkendo Jansa sent me to find you. She requests your immediate assistance.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, my lord. My lord, I'm glad to see you. Order. An obelisk has activated just outside the palace. I've ordered my Mazkin to engage the enemy. I expect that this is the beginning of the final assault. The cursed usurper Jiggalag himself may even take the field before the end.
I like how you become
What
Sheogorath.
are
You
your
get an
orders,
eyeball,
my
you get a
lord?
stick at the end of a dungeon. You go and you put them in a pool, and now you are Sheogorath.
It will be a great
Oh,
honor
boy.
to fight by your side, my lord.
I love video games. What does the staff even do? The voice of Sheogorath. I think it's like it freezes people in place, if I remember correctly. Or something, whatever. Doesn't matter. Not gonna use it. Oh no, it's Order. Oh no, an Order obelisk. Second obelisk has activated. Oh no. This is the final quest of this expansion. Oh, and then Jiglag shows up, by the way. I'll deal with him in a second once I'm back on my feet. Oh, never mind, look. He's gonna hit him. He's gonna kill himself by hitting me. That's it. That's the expansion. And then his head talks to you.
Enough! I am beaten. The Grey March is ended. For millennia,
Wow.
this drama has unfolded, and each time I have conquered this land, only to be transformed back into that gibbering fool, Sheogorath. It was not always so. Once I ruled this realm, a world of perfect order. My dominion expanded across the seas of Oblivion with each passing era. The other princes, fearful of my power, cursed me with madness, doomed me
Look,
to
his head
live
follows
as
you.
Sheogorath, a broken soul reigning in a broken land. Once each era, I was allowed my true form, conquering this world anew. And each time I did, the curse was renewed, damning me to exist as Sheogorath. Now, though, you have ended the cycle. You now hold the mantle of madness, and Jiggalag is free to roam the voids of Oblivion once more. I will take my leave, and you will remain here, mortal. Mortal, king, god, it seems uncertain. This realm is yours. Perhaps you will grow to your station. Fare thee well, Sheogorath, Prince of Madness.
Yay. I'm Daedra or whatever. The deed is done. Jiggalag has been defeated, and it was very anticlimactic. And therefore freed from his immemorial curse. The Grey March is ended. The forces of order have retreated. And last but not least, I am rightful owner and ruler of the Shivering Isles. Neat.
You've done it! Well done, Lord Sheogorath. I never doubted you for a moment.
Uh-huh.
Now, of course, there is business to attend to. As you have assumed the mantle of Sheogorath, there are matters that deserve your attention.
Uh-huh.
As Lord of this realm,
So
there
you
are
get like a
number
bunch of little
benefits to which
things,
you are
and you can
entitled,
do like infinite
as well as a
boring
number of
quests if
duties
you
to which
want.
you must attend. Your first duty is to attend to the needs of your subjects. You will find that there are constant threats to the residents of the Isles. Your job is to protect them, either by dealing with the matter yourself or sending your armies to take care of it for you. It seems all is peaceful and you may request any of the
Right, so yeah, you have some basic stuff, whatever. I can summon portals to take me to and from the Shivering Isles. Cannot be summoned doors. I can also resurrect any fallen dark seducers that can turn to my service. So yeah, you can do a bunch of stuff like that. You get a bunch of little things. Hello. Hi in chat. Hello. This is modded. I'm guessing this is all just like storage for you. Court healer. A juggler. That was like... That was so anticlimactic, that ending. Holy shit. That was like... Jiggalag got owned harder than the Gatekeeper. He hit me twice and the reflect damage killed him. Well, that was the Shivering Isles done. It only took 2 hours and like 10 minutes. Another case of I should have just finished it last time. Well, we can finally leave and go back to Cyrodiil. You get like a bunch of, I think you have like the ability to like control the weather. Sheogorath's protection, summon Madgod portal. Thought you could. This Sheogorath's protection was horribly broken in the vanilla version of the game. What it does is that when you're in the Shivering Isles and you die, with this on you, with this spell activated, it would essentially bring you back to life. It would essentially save you from dying. But there was a weird glitch that what it did is, like, let me look it up again, because like it ruined your character, essentially. It would ruin your character. Sheogorath's protection. Sheogorath's protection. Powers, here we go. Where is it? Here we go. Sheogorath's protection. So, what it would do in vanilla, you will be re-resurrected at New Sheoth Palace. However, you will lose all your race, birth sign, and vampiric abilities, and your fame may be reset to 0. So, you would lose any benefits of your race. So, like, you could lose all your magic resist as a Breton, all of the effects of your birth sign, which if you were building around, let's say, the Atronach, you would be fucked. It was a weird glitch because it actually let you die and then resurrected you and it fucked you up or something like that. I can't remember the exact reason it broke, but it would just break your character. Similar glitch actually existed too in with Molag Bal's quest in this game, because Molag Bal's quest requires you to let an NPC kill you, and Molag Bal would bring you back to life. And the same thing could happen in that one as well, where you would just bug it to, it would just be bugged to hell. Of course, I returned to Cyrodiil, and it's in the middle of the night, and it's pouring rain, because of course. Well, that was the Shivering Isles done. I was kind of excited to play the Shivering Isles again, and then as I started playing it, I enjoyed, like, once I got in, okay, I'm just gonna say, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Man, it's just like, it sends you one after another to just dungeon. It's all dungeons. They're way too long. It's not fun. I said it before, I had more fun with the main quest. I found the main quest was more varied than the Shivering Isles in terms of what each quest had you do. And I found that the vanilla dungeons, as annoying as they were nowhere near as fucking obnoxious as those ones. There's at least a bit more diversity, a bit more variety in the vanilla dungeons. And that finale is so anticlimactic. It's weird because, like, you have the vanilla quest line, the main story quest line, the main quest line. You have an interesting thing where the finale of it is, you know, you have like 3 huge set pieces, like essentially one after the other. You have the Great Gate. You summon the Great Gate, and you have the big battle for Bruma. You go into the Great Gate, you get the Grand Sigil Stone. Then you have, immediately after that, you go into Mankar Cameron's paradise. And you go into paradise, and it's a whole visual area, and you talk to him, and you hear him talk. I love that his whole fucking speech during that part. And then after that, you have the finale. You go to the Imperial City. Oh, fucking Oblivion is invading. There's Daedra everywhere. Fucking Mehrum's Dagon's in the fucking streets. Like, it's a good ending. Or at least it's more visually interesting. Like, there's like an actual thing happening. In this one, It's like what's the second last quest in this? Oh, go into some caves. Go into like another cave that you've seen like 700 of. And then what do you do after that? Oh, you fight a dude, and that's it. It's over. Not great. All the fucking... this chest filled with all these... like, a lot of these are just Daedric artifacts I've collected. Look at all that. Moloch Ball. Sanguine Rose, Staff of Corruption, Staff of Sheogorath. Well. Not the orrery. I always end up walking into the fucking orrery. There is a lot of other stuff we could do, but I'm not 100%... like, again, I have played a lot of Oblivion over the last month. It's been a month I've been playing this, so... it might be time to call it, or it might be time to take a break at the very least. And there's certain quests now that we will not be able to do, pretty much. I will almost certainly not be able to do any of the Fighters Guild quests, because I will not be able to get the certifications, because I need to have at least one skill in Master, and I don't have that now, ever since I respect. None of my skills are martial skills. Like, look, I've got light armor, sure. But otherwise, it's all magic. So I'd have to get one of these skills up to 100, which would take a lot of leveling. There's only 10 levels left, too, because the level cap is 50 in this mod pack. And or paying for training. But even that, too, would be restricted. There's only so many levels you can train. I'm kind of... I'll go pick up my Imperial Dragon armor. Hello, I am here to pick up my dragon armor. It's just laying on a table. Is it even any good? 35% resist frost, 15% resist magic, 40% resist poison, 35% resist fire. No, it's not. It's not any good. It looks cool. But ever since I got these Archmage robes, goddamn. That fucking Mages Guild quest line was like fucking pulling teeth at some points, but good God, I did it. I became the Archmage, and some modder out there made these really good Archmage robes, and I'm using. They're so good. They're like borderline broken. Like, look how many effects this fucking thing has. The robe, reflect damage, reflect magic, fortify magicka, spell absorption, fortify intellect. All like, and then this fucking staff, fortify magicka by 118% reflect magicka. Ugh. This was like another thing I found as like a reward, the Ring of the Sigic Order. You know what? I will do a little wind down. You know what I'll do? I'll put this stuff away, and we'll go for a nice little walk around the Imperial City, and I will discuss Oblivion. So, I'm going to talk about Oblivion now for a couple minutes. This was the first time I had played this game all the way through. I'd say this is the first time I played this game all the way through for over a decade, and the first time I have played this game for more than a couple hours in at least 6 or 7 years. And by all the way through, I mean I've spent like, I finished the main storyline, I'll say that. You know, I've spent at least 35 hours playing this over the last month and a bit. What is there to say about Oblivion? It's interesting because now I have a lot more, I'd say, perspective on this game after, or I have a different perspective on this game after playing Morrowind. Because I recently played Morrowind, and I'll put the caveat in of both Morrowind and this I have played heavily modded. So it's, again, it's not like a vanilla experience, but as much as these were modded, it's hard to, you know, there's still the foundation, the sort of the original, of the base games there. And man, like, I see why people who really love Morrowind really don't like Oblivion and really don't like Skyrim. And not to say that they think that those games are bad, and maybe not even that they don't like it, but they see those games as often as downgrades. And I get it. I truly do now. Playing essentially over the last, like, 5 months, Skyrim, Morrowind, and now Oblivion, it does seem like every time you go forward in these games, more and more gets sort of stripped away or simplified to a negative effect overall for the experience. Morrowind had more, like, there was a, how am I trying to say this? Like, I think character-wise and in terms of, like, player freedom and development of, like, a character, there was more in Morrowind. It was just so willing to let you just do it, just play the game, figure it out, make mistakes. The story, I think, was much more interesting in Morrowind compared to both Oblivion and Skyrim, if we're talking mostly like the main story. There is like a significant... The main story in Morrowind, it takes a long fucking time. And I think that, like, there's a lot of quests, and I like that. And what I like about that is that it feels like there's actually a build-up to... Is this statue the same as the one of... what I'm trying to say. So, there's a build-up. It actually feels like... it feels like you're earning your place as Nerevar, as the Nerevarine in Morrowind. Okay, it's not identical. All right. You feel like it starts out, like, when it comes to the point where you start to realize, like, that you're not just being, like, used as some pawn or something like that, where it's like you actually fit the description of what the Nerevarine prophecy fulfills, and you start going around and you start being like, no, I'm the Nerevarine. And, like, the first people you tell, like, you try to convince the Ashlanders, and they're like, uh-huh, yeah, okay, sure. And, you learn about other people who claim that they were the Nerevarine as well, and that they were not. That you're not alone in that, but that you are actually the Nerevarine. And you start actually fulfilling the prophecy, and it feels like a real buildup of you becoming sort of the hero of legend kind of thing. One of the things I thought, well, the moment you get Nerevar's signet ring, when you get the Moon and Star ring, the Nerevar's ring, I thought that was really cool. Like, I felt like a case of, like, wow, okay, you are now actually the true hero of destiny, and the one who will fulfill the prophecy. You talk to the ghosts of all of the ones who believed that they were the Nerevarine but weren't. It was really cool, and it's something that I feel like lacks in Oblivion in the main quest, is that, and I think you see it too in Skyrim, is that, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like with Oblivion and Skyrim, and I'd say most of the main quests in these games, or like big quest lines in these games, is there's not enough time. It feels always so quick. It feels like you joined up with, you know, whatever guild, and then a week later you're running it. You know, you're like, stuff like, you know, you're handed the Amulet of Kings at the very beginning of the game. You're handed the big MacGuffin, and there's no build-up for people, like, trusting you or believing you. They just do. They're like, wait, what? Why would, like, you know, they don't like, they just go like, oh, you're the, you know, where like, you know, again, going back to Morrowind, there was like a lot of work you had to do to actually convince people you were the Nerevarine. And it was really actually satisfying after, like, when you get later into the game, into the quest line, the main quest line, and people start actually believing you. And then when you finish the main quest line in Morrowind, you can go to people and they're like, yeah, you're the Nerevarine. Yeah, wow, you are the Nerevarine. It felt like you actually earned it. You know, where in Oblivion, like, you start out as like a random prisoner, and people are like willing to just like, you go to like Boris is a blade, and he just like, he said, oh, the Emperor gave you the Amulet of Kings, and he doesn't just take the amulet from you. No, he sends a random prisoner who he has like little, like, you know, oh, the Emperor said, and it's like, yeah, but like, really, would like a blade, even if the Emperor said, be like, okay, yeah, let this random prisoner go with the Amulet of Kings? You know, just because Patrick Stewart said so, it doesn't mean he was correct. You know, it's not like the Emperor, you could have argued that the Emperor was in a very bad state of affairs, considering all his fucking sons were murdered. Oh no.
You're the Grand Champion. I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. You're the best. Can I follow you around? I won't get in the way. Oh, gee. You sure?
Ugh. The Adoring Fan ruined my train of thought. I'm gone. It's gone. Gone. Do I think that Oblivion is a bad game? No. Do I think that, yeah, it does sort of mark, you know, I think a big thing in a way is that this was trying to appeal to people who wouldn't usually play an RPG. This is appealing to people who wouldn't play a fantasy RPG. It's trying to appeal to the people who play, you know, just Call of Duty and FIFA. And, you know, so you have to, you know, you have to remove a lot of some of, like, the depth of certain things. You have to remove a lot of, you know, the sort of more, like, thing of, like, okay, well, we have to handhold more because, you know, and that's the thing is, like, I don't believe you have to do that. I feel like it's a case of have some fucking confidence in your audience. You know, you don't need to handhold as hard. You know, I finished Morrowind. You can finish a game without quest markers. It's not that difficult. And it's actually satisfying.
I've got the eyes
Look at all these, like, Duke of Clovia, Lady of Leowen, Lord of Bravil, Imperial Palace Guards Quarters. Duke of Clovia, Duke of Nibony, Grand Marshal, Baron of Wayrest, Baron of Daggerfall, Baron of Camlorn, Baron of Northpoint, Kin Lady of Sunhold, Kin Lady of Skywatch, Kin Lord of Shimmerine, Kin Lord of Alinor, so Kin Lord of Alinor, Shimmerine, Skywatch, that's all Somerset. So this is, and Sunhold, that's all Somerset. Northpoint, Camlorn, Daggerfall, Wayrest, that's all High Rock. Nibony, Clovia, Leowen, Bravil, that's all Cyrodiil. It's interesting. You know what I will say? This is oh, look, they're all just sitting here. Hello, Akato.
Is there something you...
Nope. I guess I could oh, Hlalu. I could conceivably maybe come back, and I might come back and play more of this another day, another week. Give it like a bit of a rest. I might try maybe Knights of the Nine. Oh, and I'll talk about the mod pack. I think this was a really good mod pack. Other than some quirks, I would say this has issues with this mod pack has issues that most mod packs I find do have. One of them is that the difficulty can be nonsense. Oh, this is like all the Lord of Sentinel, guy. So this is all House Hlalu, House Brothers, Redoran. Okay, so this is all the other parts of the Empire. So that's Hammerfall. Oh, you can see, look. So there's Hammerfall, and even look, that's of course Morrowind. Where is this? I wonder. Fulcrum. Oh, Skyrim. This is Skyrim.
How fare these?
And this would probably be Elsewhere then, right? Yes. No. No. I think that's Elsewhere. Yeah. Oh, and then what's this one? Bankrok, Honored Clansman? Is this supposed to be like Bagrock? Is that like supposed to be like Orsinium, maybe? I'm just googling this. Bagrock clan. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if they're on the second or third Orsinium. The orcs have had trouble keeping a capital city in Hrothgar. It's been destroyed, I think, 2 or 3 times over the course of the history of this universe. They try to make Orsinium, and then it gets blown up by somebody. What was the thing? Oh, this mod pack has good. The difficulty can be nonsense sometimes. It can be wildly like in one direction and another direction. I would argue that it's still a bit unbalanced to the point where find a way to be broken. Don't try to play this game fair. Abuse enchanted weapons and abuse the magic spell making system. Abuse mod items. Don't use everything you can find. Don't feel like guilty about making like a crazy build like what I did, where I'm essentially invulnerable for the most part. Because otherwise this mod pack will kick your ass and you probably won't have as good of a time with it. But otherwise, like visually, I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and I think it does it in a way that it doesn't feel out of place with the original game and the original style. I really like. I don't mind for the most part the character model changes. The faces are pretty good. There's a couple that aren't great, but for the most part, it's pretty good. The changes to leveling is enjoyable. The XP system is much more enjoyable than the nonsense that is Vanilla Oblivion's system of like skill ups and crazy shit that makes it a pain in the butt. I didn't dive too much into some of the DLC or the modded quest content because I just don't. I always end up not doing that for some reason. So I won't comment too much. But overall, I think this is a good mod pack. I would highly recommend playing this. If you are on the fence, or let's say you're looking at the Oblivion remaster, and you want to, and you're considering, ooh, that looks fun. If you own a copy of Oblivion on PC already, don't fucking buy the remaster. Just fucking try a mod pack like this. It doesn't have to be this one in particular, but do that instead. Fucking, give attention to the modders who actually give a shit. Don't buy an ugly EU5. I'm gonna say it. The more I see of the Oblivion remaster, the uglier I think it looks. It's just like everything is like. When you look at like vanilla Oblivion is so vibrant. It's so visually like colorful. It's meant to look like a fucking fairy tale, like a storybook fairy tale. That I think is clear. It's so nice. And then you look at the remaster, and it's covered in post-processing effects. Everything is desaturated and grimy. There's fucking awful, like, all these fucking unreal post-processing effects that just make the image look messy and dirty. Oh, it's bad. A lot of the armor sets just don't look good. They look fucking weird. The Imperial Guard armor in the remake or remaster looks fucking just like weird. Like, it looks like a fucking Halloween costume with like weird football shoulders, like shoulder pads. Some of the texture work in it, like the material work, armor looks like plastic. Like, it doesn't look metallic. It looks plastic. It looks like someone's wearing a Halloween costume. It's awful. Like, it just looks bad. I'd say a lot of the character faces too in that remake are so uncanny, and they look fucking weird. The faces don't look right. You know, don't fucking give. What am I doing? Sorry. Don't give Bethesda money for shit like that, especially if you already own this game on PC. You know, just fucking play a mod pack. Play it vanilla, you know? You don't need to have the graphics like visually improved for the game to be, you know, good, or for like it to be better or playable. And like, look, like this looks so beautiful, and this is just modded, and it's in the still in the shitty old Oblivion engine, and it looks beautiful. And like, look at that draw distance. Oh, I don't know. I would say, like, and you know, even without visuals, this was a good mod pack. Or like disregarding the visuals. This was a good revisit of Oblivion. I had not played this game a lot. I haven't played this game a lot. I haven't played this game in a long time, is what I want to say. And Oblivion, regardless of how, you know, I don't think it's as good as I remember, and regardless of how it might not be very good, it's not like the greatest Elder Scrolls game. It's not that. It's clearly, I think, a step down from Morrowind in a lot of ways. It was still the first Elder Scrolls game I ever played. It was still one of the first, if not maybe the first, fantasy sort of RPGs I ever played. And it really kind of like introduced me, probably one of the first like open world games I ever played as well. So it has a bit of a special place in my sort of history of gaming, personally, and it's interesting to be able to revisit it and with a more mature mindset than that of a 12-year-old. And being able to maybe look at it more critically and to appreciate the good and realize where the bad. So, yeah. I think, you know, I don't regret spending, what's it called? I don't regret spending 35 hours plus in this. What is this? This isn't on the map. Diplomatic district? Oh, this is modded, clearly. Oh. Diplomatic hotel. Again, mods are nuts. They added an entire district onto the Imperial City. One that I didn't even know existed because it doesn't... look, it shows up in the top left of the map, and I never noticed it. It's weird because it shows up on the mini map of the city, but it doesn't show up on the world map, so I never noticed that this was even here. No, okay. Well, game almost crashed. I think that was a nice little recap of my thoughts on Oblivion and Elder Scrolls and this mod pack. I think that'll be tentatively where this playthrough ends, at least for now. If the mood strikes me, I will come back to this and maybe play some more. If not, well, in a couple, probably in like a month or two, maybe a little longer, whenever it comes out, I will be looking at the Lore Rim 4.0 for Skyrim. I'll be diving into that a little bit, maybe not too hard. It won't be as long as this probably, but we'll see. But yeah, that was Oblivion, and yeah, I had fun. I'll say that. Ups and downs. Fighting 8 billion necromancers. Oblivion gates are boring, you know, all that sort of stuff. Really fun overall, though, I'd say. Did not regret spending this much time on it. So yeah, that's it for this playthrough of Oblivion. Classy.